Well, hello there, fellow geeks and geekettes, and welcome to yet another video. Now, in this video, I want to address the fact that I haven't done many new comic book reviews on this channel for quite some time. I think that the latest comic book review I made was the Dark Knight's Death Metal, issue 7, which was the final issue. And quite honestly, I think that with this issue, I have depleted my will and my strength and my excitement to read contemporary comic books. It's not as if I didn't like comics. I love comic books and I read them every day as much as I read prose or poetry. But honestly, there's nothing for me out there anymore concerning modern contemporary comic books. Now, you might be one of the people who always want to see something new, something exciting, something that is changed, something that brings new and fresh breath of air into things. But let me tell you that you can always find something interesting and intriguing, something new and something fresh when you delve into the past. As far as comic books go, thousands and hundreds of thousands of pages have been written during the more than 85 years of history of comic book publishing. Both the big two, DC Comics and Marvel Comics, and smaller publishers, which came about later, like Image Comics, Dark Horse, IDW, Boom, so on and so forth, Oni Press even. We've got the European comic books, of course, and manga, the Japanese comic books, which I discovered for myself just last year. And if we don't think about comic books only and exclusively for a moment, there are other forms of entertainment and escapism as well. Just 2 days ago, the day before yesterday, I saw Transformers, the animated movie from 1986 for the first time, and I was absolutely excited about it, and I instantly decided that I would watch the entire Transformers animated series from 1984, and that I would get myself some of the, we could already say, classic IDW comics concerning Transformers, and there have been a lot of them written. So, by this I want to say that I am a very conservative person. I am a conservative person. Why would I be ashamed of telling that? Why would I be ashamed of admitting that I am a conservative man? And that is why I can't read modern contemporary comic books without feeling disgusted, without cringing all the time. I have said this many times before. Today's contemporary comic books are not focusing on quality storytelling, on good writing and good art. Good storytelling, quality storytelling and art have been put into the background. They have been put aside. And what the creators and the publishers and the editors focus on, and this doesn't only concern comic books, but also other forms of entertainment, such as television and films, what they are focusing on is ticking boxes: inclusion, representation, diversity, and various socio-political agendas, such as, well, feminism and racism and anti-racism and all the things that, honestly and quite honestly, if we are talking about the modern, civilized, developed world, are constructed. Because nobody is really oppressed other than the white man in the 21st century. The cancel culture has grasped the entertainment world in a huge way. You can't say anything if you do not follow the extreme left agenda, if you do not echo the opinions of the feminist, extremist leftists. You are cancelled. You've got nothing to say that would be taken seriously. And all this politics, all this social politics, this has found its way to comic books to such an extent that you cannot read a single comic book issue that would not contain it. and that you couldn't find in the particular work of art. The latest comic book issue I was actually genuinely excited about, and that I felt absolutely comfortable reading, was The Last Ronin by IDW, the Elseworlds alternate reality futuristic Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles comic book written. And only one issue has come out so far. The other ones, at least the second one, has been postponed. So what really is there for me, for people like me, for people who prefer good storytelling, for people who prefer good escapism, for people who prefer quality product over socio-political agendas, other than going to the past, enjoying the past as much as I can, enjoying what has already been created, and what is good, actually and objectively good, and that I can enjoy every single day. And let me tell you, I read a lot of comic books every single day. Older comic books from the 70s, from the 90s, from the 80s, from the early odds, even from later years. Just recently I read Warren Ellis's Moon Knight run, which is just 6 issues that he wrote in 2014 as a part of the all new Marvel, something like that. It was great. It was fantastic. 7 years ago, and not even 7 years ago, 6 years ago and some change, people were still able to write fantastic comic books, entire comic book runs. Dark Knight's Death Metal has left me, in the end, when it finished, it left me a bit cold. No. So I will rather spend my spare time, my leisure time, my free time enjoying good and quality entertainment than trying to find something new and trying to, save the comic book industry by buying shit product. What should I be saving? A shit industry? An industry that crawls with SJWs? It's the same with the TV shows. I don't watch any modern TV shows. The latest one I saw was The Mandalorian. That's going to be the last one for the longest time, believe me. And before that, it was Stranger Things, which I do love a lot. Now I'm waiting if the Kenobi series will be good, or more series of The Mandalorian, maybe even the Book of Boba Fett. But am I going to watch WandaVision? Nah. Am I going to watch Loki? Nah. Am I going to watch the new season of The Titans with Black Robin? Nah. Am I going to watch Batwoman? Nah. Why would I? Why would I? When I still haven't seen all the episodes of Superman, the animated series from the 90s. When I still haven't seen the Justice League animated series from the 90s. When I still haven't seen the Transformers animated series that I mentioned at the beginning of the video. When I can rewatch those TV shows that are worth rewatching, like Batman the animated series for like gazillionth time. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from the 90s for like the gazillionth time. When I can read and reread, just to name 5 titles out of what I can see from the hundreds that I've got. When I can reread Green Lantern by Geoff Johns. When I can reread Batman by Grant Morrison. When I can reread Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles by Eastman and Ladd from the 90s. And the later series by IDW. When I can reread The Preacher by Garth Ennis and Steve Dillon. When I can reread Hellboy by Mike Mignola. When I can reread the 23 or 24 trade paperbacks of Hellblazer, the 300 issue run that was started by Jamie Delano and then followed by Garth Ennis and Brian Azzarello and all stars like this. I'm still in the middle of my X-Men readathon or rereadathon. I got from the giant size X-Men to Chris Claremont and Jim Lee era in no time, because it's such a good series. I can reread Wolverine by Chris Claremont and then by Larry Hama. Jesus fucking Christ, there are so many, and I'm not even talking about prose or poetry. It's just, we're just focusing on this one medium. So what? Yes, I have actually or not pre-ordered. I have backed the omnibus edition of Cyberfrog, the Warts and All by Ethan Van Sciver, a man who is really being disliked by the mainstream comic book industry for having his own opinion and for not following the leftist agenda. So he's been cancelled, so he has to publish his comic books via Indiegogo. And Warts and All is a collection of all the Cyberfrog comic books that he wrote, which is classic 90s comics. So yeah, these people, Comicsgate people who are writing comic books because they care about comic books, I will be backing their comics because they are writing quality product. But as far as the main comic book, I mean like mainstream comic book industry, nah, I don't make that much money. I don't earn much money at all. And if I want to spend my money on unnecessary things, such as comic books and action figures, I will rather focus on the good old stuff that I like, that I grew up with, and that I know is good. So that's just my opinion. That's my take. You might have a different opinion. And please do share your opinion in the comments down below. If you've got the same opinion as I do, or if your opinion differs in any way, please do let me know in the comments down below. I do respond to every single comment because I do enjoy to interact with other comic book fans and pop culture fans in general. And I am more than willing to engage in an intelligent and educated discussion. And because YouTube is not very fond of free speech oriented YouTubers such as I am, please help me fight the algorithm and like this video if you liked it, or dislike this video if you didn't like it, and subscribe to this unimportant channel of an unimportant geek talking about unimportant things if you haven't done so already, and hit that notification bell so you can get notifications for other interesting videos concerning pop culture and stuff, like comic books and films, manga, books, collectibles, action figurines, replicas or statues, or just opinions of a one crazy geek. Well, that will be all from me. Thank you very much for watching. See you soon, and bye.